Hey guys, what's happening? Today was Pasadena Gun Show Day, specifically the high caliber. So I went out there this morning and just to look around and see what I could see. Honestly, today was kind of a small show. It looks like everybody had actually gone to the Conroe show, which was American Gun Shows, was presented by American Gun Shows. So when I walked in, there really wasn't very many people walking around, and I felt like because there wasn't very many people walking around, the guys that had tables up were kind of giving deals out. So I did go in. I took the Sig Mosquito with me. Obviously, um, I wasn't a huge fan of that trigger on that Sig Mosquito. So the Sig Mosquito is no more. I traded it off. You can see in front of you what I actually got for it, but and then a few other things. So let's get into it. Let's do the non firearm stuff first. Booth that I stopped at had these two priced as marked, $10 and $15 for that Cold Steel hideout. I really like Cold Steel stuff. They're a lot, they're very cheap for what they are most of the time. I think this goes for like 30 bucks and this goes for like 20 or 25 bucks. You can find them on like Amazon and stuff, but obviously these are pretty good prices, so I didn't even haggle with them. I actually already have a Cold Steel mini tack. I really, really like that thing. Um, when I get a wild hair and I want to carry a fixed blade, that's usually what I carry because I have a deep conceal clip on it. And if I can find it, I'll take a picture of it so y'all can see what I'm talking about. But it's a deep conceal, and I carry it front pocket on my non-dominant side, which is my left side. And this hideout I was actually looking at a while back to get one. It's more of a neck knife, so it would be like on beads. So I went ahead and picked them up. Like I said, 15 bucks and 10 bucks. I thought that was a really good deal. They were unopened. This one still is unopened. And this one I actually opened up to take a look at it. If you guys want to take a look at them, there's videos all over the place. I'm not going to showcase any of these on here because there's so many videos that you can find on these, but I thought these were really cool. Second thing were these 1911 grips, and they look like they're hand carved out of bone. What bone? I have no idea, but they really are genuine bone. And I saw them. I saw $20. I offered 15. She took 15. So it was actually a lady. I'm not a huge fan of the yellow coloring that's over the top of them. I might try to do maybe a different kind of coloring on them. I'm not sure how to dye them or anything, but I thought these were really, really cool. I only have one 1911 right now, and I don't plan on putting these on that Ruger. It's a SR 1911. But if I find something else that, I might want to put some grips on, I thought that was really cool. But basically, the only reason that I bought these was obviously they're genuine bone, and I got them for 15 bucks. So I probably still would have paid $20 for them, to be honest with you. But you always got to haggle, right? It's just one of those things. Lastly, before the firearm, this is 357. I don't want to say obviously because you sometimes on camera you can't really tell whether it's 357 or 38 special, but this is 357. There are 18 rounds of 357. The biggest thing that I was looking for were those speed loaders for that. I think it's a Model 82 Taurus that I got. But he had 20 bucks a piece on these with the ammo, and I offered 50 and he took 50. Personally, I feel like 50 bucks is a good deal for 3 speed loaders and then just, extra ammo, but I thought that was a decent deal. This stuff like this, I always look in people's extra like boxes that they have of just random stuff. I love looking through miscellaneous stuff. You never know what parts you're going to find. I have found anywhere from really obscure scope mounts for like AK-47s and stuff that people don't know what they have, and they'll sell them to me for 10 or 15 bucks. And I have found extended magazine extenders for Glocks, like Terran Tactical stuff and Glock store stuff, for literally 10 bucks a piece. I know some of the Terran tactical ones go up to like $40 and $50 a piece. So, I mean, if you're at a gun show and there's people with small boxes of just random miscellaneous stuff, look in it. You never know what you're going to find. I buy parts sometimes for guns I don't even have, just because I know how much these things are. But the last thing that I picked up today was obviously this SCT build, Glock 43. The guy had it. He didn't know what it was. Honestly, he thought, well, before we go any farther, weapon is clear and safe. There's nothing in the weapon. But he thought he had something that was by Palmetto Arms, and the only reason he thought that is because it's actually got a Palmetto Arms 15 round mag in it. So you can see that there's the logo there, Palmetto Arms. But obviously this is an SCT lower, and it's got a KT. I think it's Kinetech or Kinetitech or something like that. Anyways, they're made in USA, but it's just a plain slide. And from the looks of this barrel in here, I'm not sure if it's a Kinetitech as well, but I've seen the 43 9x19 stamps on stuff that Aim Surplus sells. So I had walked through first and asked him how much he wanted for this thing, and he wanted $250 for it. And if you guys remember, I had 200 or 220 into that Sig Mosquito. Obviously, to me, this thing was worth $250. I didn't want to spend any cash on it, just because I'm basically buying it for parts. I may build something else out of it. You never know. But I didn't really like that Sig Mosquito, the trigger on that Sig Mosquito, so I walked off and I told him I'd be back around and I would think about it. And when I walked off, I remembered that I actually had that Sig, and I turned around and went back and asked him. I said, "Hey man, would you be interested in a trade?" And he said, "Well, it depends on what you have." And I had the Sig Mosquito and I had a Burst of Thunder that was pretty much brand new in the box. It had never been fired. It had a lot of the box had a lot of storage wear. It was a really dingy box, but it was still brand new. The weapon was. So I set them both on the table. And I said, "You pick either one of these, and I'll give them to you for that Glock build." And he kind of looked over at him, and he really liked that Sig Mosquito. And I told him how horrible the trigger was, but he liked it, so he traded me straight up. So I got a SCT lower with a Kinetitech slide Glock build for $220, and I'll post some pictures up here on the actual video. But there's no way that you could even build this for that amount. Obviously, with the full slide, even if it is just just a regular run-of-the-mill, nothing special slide, with the SCT lower and then that 15+1 Palmetto mag, there's I couldn't even build it for 220 bucks. So I was really excited about that. But yeah, so let's take this little son of a gun to the range and see how it shoots before I take it apart. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for watching. All right. SCT 43 lower, Kinetitech upper. Not quite sure what the barrel is, but let's see what she does. Not bad. Slide feels a little heavy, so there's a little bit of a good kick on it, but it's not too bad. All right, let's try this Palmetto Arms mag. Never used one of these before, so we'll see how it runs. And the very first round does not want to chamber with that, so. Not bad. Oh, fair to fire. So this is my SCT-43 build. It's got full Zafrini slide with the Zafrini barrel and the Zafrini guide rod, all the internals. And I honestly can't remember what optic that is, but it's something cheap off of Amazon. But it seems to stay pretty decent, so. All right, as you can see, not too terrible. We were shooting it between 7 and 10 yards. I wouldn't worry about that little guy. So, not too terrible. I'm not the best marksman, but I'll get you.